President of the SADC Parliamentary Forum and Speaker of the National Assembly of Seychelles, Mr. Roger Manchin, the Right Honorable Ms. Nelly Utete Kashumba Muti, State Council, MP, Speaker of the National Assembly of Zambia, and the host of the 56th Parliamentary Assembly. Honorable Speakers of SADC, PF, Member of Parliaments and Heads of Delegations, Honorable Princess Kasune MP, Minister of Justice, Honorable Members of Parliament present, Your Excellency, the Secretary General of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, Ms. Bomo Segoma, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Technology and Science, Dr. Bria Savenzu, clerks and secretaries general of member parliaments, representatives from civil society organizations and the press, staff of member parliaments and the SADC Parliamentary Forum, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Clement Sinyangwe. I'm the president of the ICT Association of Zambia. We are established under an Act of Parliament, Act number 7 of 2018, and our core mandate is to regulate the professional conduct of the ICT professionals in Zambia, and also protect the interests of the public, who are the major consumers of the ICT services. So I'm presenting on building trust in artificial intelligence, regulatory frameworks for ethical and beneficial applications. This is in trying to shape the future of parliamentary systems in the SADC region. I'll start by reading that important quote from Dave Waters. So the quote says that if people trust artificial intelligence, then artificial intelligence to drive a car, then people most likely trust AI to do your job. I had a few more quotes, but in the interest of time, I'll skip them to go straight into the presentation. So let's take it from the basics. I would want to define what artificial intelligence is in the simplest terms. So AI is simply the development of computer systems that are able to perform tasks that would require human intelligence. So it's simply the development of softwares that we use and train in order to train machines so that machines are able to perform tasks simply like human beings do. I'll give the two types of artificial intelligence. So we have the weak artificial intelligence. These are the ones that we see, that the machines with weak artificial intelligence are those that are made to respond to specific tasks. Like robots, we've seen, I think in Europe, you find that there's a robot that is built to sweep the streets. It is just programmed to perform a task from A to B. And it does not think like a human being. So it just responds to how it is programmed to do. That's a weak artificial intelligence. When we come to the strong AI, now strong AIs are machines that are able to think and act just like humans. So it is able to learn from experiences. So once you build it, it's able to learn from different situations and start performing those tasks just like a human being does. So these we're talking about, the examples would give is those, they are used in cybersecurity, robots with high intellect, integration of strong AI in Internet of Things, and also in language translations. Especially, this would be very beneficial in parliaments. Artificial intelligence is based on a process of simply training models. So we build models, then we train them to perform tasks. There are different types of trainings that we give these models. They are what we call supervised learning, where you assist the machine. If I give it an orange, then I write and feed it the response to that to say, this object I've given you, it's a round-shaped yellow in color and it's called an orange. Next time it's going to see that, it's going to recognize the actual object and give you the response to that. So the training is a process. We also have what we call unsupervised learning, where we build models and allow them to learn on their own, so they continue learning on their own. So we're not going too technical. So machine learning is just a branch of artificial intelligence and computer science that focuses on using data. So we use huge data sets to train these models. For me to train a model, I need to get data that I want the machine to learn about. So the accuracy of the model is highly dependent on the amount of data that you train the machine on. Yeah, so technology is failing us, but that's the name of it. The training wasn't too much, huh? I like that. Yeah, no, we are back. It's been trained. Yeah, so let's get back now to the topic. Trust in AI. So when we talk about trust in AI, we're simply talking about trust in artificial intelligence that is building beliefs in the reliability and ability of an artificial intelligence system. How do we trust a machine to make decisions on our behalf? How do I get in a self-driving car and let it drive me from here to Lusaka? How do I trust a machine to conduct a complex operation on my body and slit my stomach? So that's the kind of trust that we're talking about. We're talking about models that we're able to train and they're able to perform such complex activities. And now we are saying us human beings need to trust such models. So when we trust we put trust in AIs, it enables collaboration between humans and AI. We have to agree to the fact that now we are living in a world. I heard when the president was opening, he mentioned quite a number of things. And I was thinking to say, did he peep in my presentation? He raised a number of important things where now when we build trust in AI, we are waiting to see a situation when we will see the first robot member of parliament. We heard in the United States where the lawyers, they built a model and trained it to be a lawyer. And that model did not lose a single case. And after some time, the lawyers got up in arms and sued the robot that it did not have a practicing license. So that's the only way they could bring down that model. So we can imagine where we are going with artificial intelligence. Also, when we put trust in AI, we see the drive in adoption of critical fields like healthcare, governance, for the case of you parliamentarians, and also in finance. Let's talk about trust in AI for parliamentarian business. And we'll start from the potential in parliamentary systems. So the first one I'll talk about is enhancing transparency. So AI is able to enhance transparency in the House through automated documentation. So AI systems can transcribe debates and generate accurate meeting records, making them accessible to the public. AI also can enable data visualization, that is, can create clear and interactive dashboards displaying parliamentary activities, budgets, and voting patterns. Artificial intelligence also enables us to open data portals, that is, having AI-driven platforms that can process and present complex government data in user-friendly format, allowing citizens to understand parliamentary proceedings easily. The second thing is improving decision-making. We know that the decisions come from you, and sometimes you have to deal with a lot of data for you to analyze and arrive on decisions. But using the artificial intelligence, you will be able to do what we call data-driven insights, and that is allowing artificial intelligence to analyze socio-economic data, public sentiments, and expert opinions to provide actionable insights for policy making. Also, scenario simulations. Many are the times that policies are made, the laws are passed, but we start waiting to see how those laws will be received and the impact that they will create on the citizens. But through AI, we are able to simulate right there in the house. You can create simulators that will show you the expected, responses from the public. Does it need training again? The problem with technology, it even embarrasses the owners of technology. Yeah, but it happens when you least expect. So, another thing we can talk about is giving access to global best practices. So before you make those decisions, you may need to do benchmarking. But using AI, we are able now to allow systems to quickly retrieve and summarize international examples of effective policies, offering benchmarks for local decision making. The third thing is facilitating citizen engagement. The national coordinator here was just explaining how the Zambian government has ensured that we have internet connectivity in all the 156 constituencies. So through that, they've allowed the citizens to go there and access data. So now, with that, this personalized communication is easier. We won't worry of citizens that are living in rural areas where there's no connection. They can get to their offices and make use of the facilities. The other one is automation of routine tasks. There are certain routine tasks that you do every day. So AI can handle repetitive and time-consuming tasks, freeing parliamentarians to focus on strategic decisions. Examples I'll give is document management, scheduling, and also email sorting. The other thing, and very important, is predictive analytics. AI-driven predictive models help parliamentarians to anticipate future trends and prepare proactive policies. So it uses the historical data and big data to analyze and predict the possible outcome of what you're trying to deal with. And this may include policy impact forecasting, predicting the economic, social, and environmental outcomes of a proposed legislation, also constituent needs analysis, identifying emerging issues based on historical and real data, and also election trends, where you can allow the models to analyze voter behavior and needs and patterns to guide strategies for productive elections. However, we may talk about all these good things, but let's also look at the few challenges that have been observed in the use of AI. Now, though we see a lot of these benefits, adopting AI is associated with some challenges that may include subjective outcome due to insufficient data that was used in the training, privacy concerns with citizens and data usage, misuse or over-reliance on artificial intelligence. Sometimes we over-rely on these systems, and also absence of tailored AI governance and regulation framework. Let's quickly look into each one of them. So when we talk of subjectivity, like I mentioned, when you're training a model, you have to ensure that you collect as much data sets as possible so that when it's making a decision, it's based on a lot of data that it was trained on. I'll give an example of the model I was building on my PhD. I built a model that was detecting hate speech and abusive language using Zambian language. But the biggest challenge I had, because I had to train my model in English and Bemba, Nyanja, and Tonga. I picked 3 languages. But we know that Zambia is linguistically rich. we have about 72 languages. So you find that an insult in Bemba may not be an insult in Nyanja. So once I trained that model, found that when you run it, it's able to filter other languages that are not abusive. So we had to start now looking at ways of incorporating the other 68 languages. And we are in the process to ensure that we meet this challenge. So if not handled correctly, you find that the model may be subjective in its decision making. The other one is privacy and data protection. We are saying these machines are able to learn. They are able to pull data from various sources. So people put data such as personal and sensitive data from related to academic behavior, preferences, emotions, biometric and health information. And there is a worry in how safe is our data in the cyberspace. Also, over-reliance on AI tools. Over-reliance on AI occurs when users accept AI-generated recommendation without question. So there are times like we know now that even when kids are given homework, whatever they Google, they take it to be the gospel truth. But that's why we are saying these are tools that are meant to help us make decisions. Therefore, whatever responses that we get, we need to get them and analyze them. Then we adopt them as, the best solutions. Then lack of AI governance and regulatory framework. The national coordinator, again, called in his finishing remarks, called on the region to ensure that we have the regional AI governance and regulation. So lack of these, also without a proper AI governance, there is an increased risk of ethical issues such as subjectivity, discrimination, and unfair treatment within artificial intelligence systems. So if we talk of AI governance system, what are we talking about? So artificial intelligence governance refers to the processes, the standards, the guardrails, and the best practices that help to ensure systems and tools are safe and ethical. AI governance frameworks direct artificial intelligence research, development, and application to help ensure safety, fairness, and respect for human rights. Some of the principles that we expect to see for responsible AI governance includes being essential for managing rapid advancement in AI technology. Also, generative AI, which includes technologies capable of creating new content and solutions such as text, messages, and code. This needs to be guided. Also, from enhancing creative processing, design, media automating tasks in software development. So we need also guidelines, the developers. So when developing, I develop a model which malfunctions, who is held responsible, who is accountable to a self-driving car. If it fails, observe the rules. Then, however, with its broad applicability comes the need for robust AI governance. And the principles of AI governance are essential organization of safeguards themselves and their customers. We're talking of things like empathy. We know that a human being has empathy. For me to even break sad news in a place like this, I need to think on the way I'm going to break that. But with AI, even when you're writing an exam and come and tell you your mother is dead. So there are those things. But again, the arguments that models that are able to learn on their own. In future, we can see that these models start developing empathy. That's where we are going. That's where we are going with AI. So everything is possible. Subjectivity control. It is essential to rigorously examine training data to prevent inverting real-world biasness and subjectivity into the AI model. Also, transparency. There must be clarity and openness on how AI algorithms operate. We do not need to create those models that favor a certain and disadvantage others. And that's where the governance and regulation comes in. Accountability. I gave an example of maybe an health model malfunctions. Who will be held accountable for such? Allow me to just give few case studies of use cases of AI and those countries that have adopted AI in Parliament. If we talk of Estonia, Estonia has adopted AI and they've developed digital legislative services using AI. Also United Kingdom, they are using AI for transcription services. When we talk of India, they are using AI for multilingual translation. Canada, they are using AI for data analytics for policy making. And Finland, they are using it for legislative impact assessment, engagement. What are the recommendations? House. One, we need capacity building. Where we train legislators and staff on AI and where we train legislators and staff on collaborative policy development. We also need collaborative policy development. We need people that's engaging tech firms for resource sharing. We also need AI research and innovation. We also need AI research and innovation reforms that is to modernize laws and accommodate development. And in conclusion, as the SADC region embraces the opportunity presented by AI, imperative to build robust framework that prioritize governance. And AI, we should realize that AI has the potential to transform parliament systems, enhancing transparency and citizen engagement. However, without adequate safeguards, it also poses risks such as subjectivity, privacy violations, and equal access. We are saying, as the ICTAZ Association of Zambia, we are not just here to present, but we are saying we stand ready to support this journey by offering expertise, facilitating partnership and driving capacity building. We have a pool of professionals and experts in different fields are able to do that. And I'll leave you with the call to action as parliamentarians. That is one, we need to recognize the importance of ethical artificial intelligence. And also we need to continue this kind of collaboration at regional level. Parliamentarians, we need to invest in capacity building, like I said, also engage stakeholders and leverage on professional bodies such as us with the vast experience in technology to give support. But the major takeaway is that and linking the quotes that I studied, the adoption of AI in Parliament across SADC countries is long overdue. It is no longer a question of if or when the time now. We must choose to adopt AI proactively or risk being shaped by its inevitable progression. The choice is clear. We must take action and embrace artificial intelligence. I submit.
Thank you.